If you are going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even try. This is a quote from Charles Bukowski. And I have been feeling this quote deeply since a very long time now. And I've been wanting to execute on this quote since the start of this year. But I have been very busy for the first 15 days of this year. I have been traveling, doing meetings, giving talks. And so when I came back home, I asked myself this question: what would it take to make 2024 the best year of my life yet in every aspect? And when I say best, I actually mean it. I don't mean reading 52 books a year for the sake of reading 52 books. I don't mean going to gym to flex it on Instagram. I don't mean sitting on a desk pretending to work so you feel good about yourself. I do not mean just floating through the life. I mean breaking out of mediocrity and living a life on your own terms. And for the exact same reasons, I designed a protocol for myself that I'm going to be strictly following for the next 3 months. And I suggest that you do the same if you are serious about transforming your life and breaking out of your mediocre circumstances in 2024. Now see, I was being productive, I was getting the work done, I was making money even before I designed this protocol for myself. But in last 1 week, I got more work done than I did in the last 2 months combined. And it switched a light bulb in my head. And I asked myself, how would it change my life if I maintain this quality of discipline, focus, and consistency for next 3 months? And hence I designed the Ghost Mode protocol. You need to understand that as human beings, we come to this life, we go through infinite amount of different experiences. We learn new things from the inputs we feed to our brain. And if we are lucky, ambitious, hardworking enough, we get to do the work and produce the output that will change our lives, that will change our family's life. And beyond that, maybe some of us would be able to leave a small impact on this planet even after we die. But eventually, everyone that has ever known us is going to die and no one will remember us. So, Ghost Mode protocol is about inputs and outputs. It is about the fundamentals of human existence, and it is about climbing the dominance hierarchy, as Jordan Peterson would put it. Rule number one: you wake up at the same time regardless of when you sleep. If you just do this, if you just wake up at roughly the same time every morning, you send a positive signal to your brain that you are disciplined, right? You tell your brain that it doesn't matter what happened in my life, this is the bare minimum that I will be doing. I'll be waking up at the same time. See, it doesn't matter what happens in your life, you just need to wake up at the same time. Because believe it or not, life is dynamic. You'll not be able to sleep at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. every day. Things are going to happen. Your friends would want you to come out with them. Your girlfriend would want you to go on a date with her. Your parents would want you to sit with them and talk about life, right? So you will not be able to sleep at 11 p.m. with discipline every night. But what you can control is when you wake up, because nobody is telling you in the morning to not wake up, right? So that's something that you can control. And if you can just control that, you will be able to do certain tasks with discipline every day, regardless of what happens a day before. And that gets you ahead of 99% of the people by just following this one rule. So no matter what happens, you wake up at the same time. You decide your time, but wake up at that time. Now, don't be a fool and be like, okay, I'll wake up at 11 a.m. in the morning, right? That's like absolute bullshit. So once you understand this main rule and you're ready to follow this, let's talk about more rules. And now I am going to be segmenting these rules into input rules and output rules. First, let's talk about the input rules, because what you feed your mind, what you take as input in your day-to-day life is the output you produce. You put in the garbage, you produce the garbage. You put in the quality, you produce the quality, right? So outputs you produce in your personal life, in your professional life, in your career, in your relationship is directly proportional to the input you feed your brain. So there are mainly 4 input rules that you need to follow. Rule number 1 is no phone until 1 p.m. See, if you wake up in the morning at 7 a.m. and the first thing that you do is pick up your phone, you scroll through social media and endlessly scroll through it until you get bored or you feel bad about yourself, that's the worst start of the morning, because in the first hour of the morning, you're essentially frying your brain. You're making your brain dopamine addict. And after doing that, do not expect from yourself and your brain to focus on one thing for long enough, right? So you need a free mind. You need an empty, productive mind so you can focus that energy into doing something productive in the first few hours of your day. And the rule is you do not touch your phone until 1 p.m. You do not touch your phone until the lunch, you put your phone outside the room you're working in, so you do not get distracted from all the bullshit notifications that you get every second while your phone is with you, and so you do not get distracted. Rule number 2 is 4 liters of water every day. If you just drink 4 liters of water every day, you flush out all the toxins out of your body, okay? And you maintain that clarity that is required in your mind, and you are always keeping your body hydrated, that is required for better sleep, better performance, and focus. Rule number 3 is no junk food. For the next 3 months, you do not eat junk food, okay? Do not eat burgers and pizzas and pastas 3 times a week, okay? Every now and then you can do it, maybe once in 2 weeks, once a week. Decide when you will be eating the junk food, okay? Do not eat food unconsciously, okay? Don't be like, okay, I'm not feeling good, let's order burgers. I'm not feeling good, let's order a cake, okay? Don't be a fool. The moment you put in the carbs and junk food in your bloodstream, your mind gets foggy, okay? You just are unable to think clearly. And if you are unable to do that, forget about putting in the work productively in the right direction. So do not eat junk food without fail. Just do it for 3 months. That's rule number 3. Rule number 4 is read 5 to 10 pages of a book every day, okay? It's not a big commitment. Just 5 to 10 pages. 5 pages is nothing. You'll complete 5 pages in 10 minutes, right? And the reason why I'm telling you to read just 5 pages is so you build the habit of reading books. You build the habit of thinking after reading the words, and you actually transition from being a dopamine video watching addict to a mature person who actually read books, process thoughts, and think through them, right? So just read 5 to 10 pages of a book every day and you would be good. Okay, so we have already talked about input rules, very important. Once you follow these 4 input rules, you will feel clear, okay? You will feel motivated, you will feel inspired again, you will get new ideas in your mind effortlessly. And if you're liking this video till now, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now moving on to the output rules. We have 3 major output rules that I want to talk about today. Number 1 is work out 3 to 5 times a week. Not a big commitment, just 3 to 5 times a week, okay? Start with 3, move to 4 and move to 5, right? When I say workout, I do not mean you need to go to a fancy gym. I do not mean you need to go out and run in a open area, right? All you gotta do is just move your body and sweat, okay? You could probably just do 1000 skipping ropes in your balcony. You can do 100 push-ups, 50 push-ups, 10 push-ups, depending upon how good of a shape you are in. You can just do pull-ups maybe. You can just do squats maybe. The idea is to move your body and get into that flow state. The idea is to get that heartbeat up and actually feel the blood flowing through your veins, okay? Rule number 2 is journal every day, right? So before you sleep or just after you wake up, I want you to sit down on your desk, take a piece of paper and a pen and write down everything that is coming to your mind, right? And the reason why you need to do it is because after a busy day of work, I usually do it at the end of my work day. I just sit down, I'll write down everything that comes to my mind because my mind is moving so quickly with all the ideas that are coming in my mind. And there are so many thoughts in my head that I just cannot sleep properly if I do not sit down and write all the things that are coming in my head, okay? So sit down, write down everything that is coming in your mind. You know, tell yourself what are the things that you did right, what are the things that you did wrong. Once you just do that, you will feel at peace, okay? You will feel that, okay, you have put in the work today, it was a productive day, and now you are ready to sleep like a baby, okay? Rule number 3 is 4 hours of undistracted timed work. Okay, 99% of the people just wake up in the morning, drink tea with some carbohydrate loaded breakfast, and they will sit on their desk and they'll pretend that they're working. And at the end of the day, they just ask people on the internet, okay, I'm working, but I'm not feeling productive, okay? What do I say, right? You need to sit down on your desk, and when you work, you need to start the timer, okay? And when the timer is going on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when it's going on, you do not do anything else, okay? You do not open a new tab. You just do the task at hand. And as soon as you get distracted, you stop the timer, right? Measure how much you are actually working. If you just do 4 hours of undistracted, focused work, you would realize that you will get done 19% of your work in the first half of your day. I've been doing it from last 10 days and there is no work after 2 p.m. Okay, I basically get everything done because I wake up at 7, I start my work day at 8. From 8 to 1, 4 hours of undistracted work, I get everything done. There's nothing left on my table. There's nothing left on my list to do. Okay, after 2 p.m. I'm just doing the extras that I want to do because I just cannot sit down and watch Netflix. Losers do that. I don't do that, right? So I just need to put in that extra work so I get ahead of my competition. I get ahead of people around me. I break out of mediocrity one step and one deep hour of work every day. You need to do that, right? So we talked about the main rule, we have talked about the input rules, we have talked about the output rules. I know that these are a lot of rules, but you'll realize that these are not a big of commitment. You just need to put in some extra effort in order to be able to do it, right? And if you think this is too hard, don't watch this video. Okay, and the final rule, keep your shoulders back and chest out. Okay, stand tall. Do not slouch your body and feel like a failure. Okay, when you slouch your body, when you put your head down, you send negative signals to your brain and you tell your brain that you're a loser, that you're afraid, that you're fearful, right? You need to stand tall. You need to stand tall like you're ready for every challenge that life throws at you. You need to be prepared, you need to be ready, and it starts with good posture. Okay guys, so if you're still watching this video, take the screenshot of you watching this video, put it on your Instagram story with hashtag ghost mode protocol and tag my Instagram account, which is @theakshattonga, and I will repost it on my Instagram story. That's all for this video. If you like the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're watching for the first time, and press that bell icon so you do not miss real videos like this. That's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.